Hi, this is a video to show you how to install ANSYS student version. So you can go this, and this is 12 months free for students, obviously using the student license. So if you go to Google and type in ANSYS student, click on the software. So the ANSYS student one that we want is this one here. Now it will ask you to download the latest version, but obviously depending on the version that we have in the university, it may be ideal to download the same version, as ANSYS is forward compatible but not backward compatible, meaning if you have the latest version on your home computer, you won't be able to open up them files or the work that you've done at home on the university campus ones. So the version that we want, as an example for today, is the 2019 R3. So if you go to prior releases, download as a student 2019 R3, and then obviously the one that we want is this one here, depending on the version that we are using. So before we go on that, just to quickly let you know, so problem solving limits. So structural physics is 32,000 notes, fluid physics is 512, and this is something that you need to look into. Obviously there's only a certain amount of work that can be done in your home computer, where with the university research license that we have, these are all unlimited. So the model can be generated at home, and then the simulations can be run on the university campus. So again, download is the R13 that we want to do, agree, and save to files, and it should, depending on your internet speed, take a while because it's around about 4.7 gigabytes. So we'll just wait for that to be downloaded. So while that's downloading, we'll just quickly go over a few things about the ANSYS software itself. So this installing steps isn't too far difficult. So before installing, ensure that the computer meets the requirements and technical needs. We'll go over that in a little bit in a second. You've got to have admin rights, so please install this on your own personal computer and not on any sort of a work computer. Uninstall any sort of existing ANSYS products that you may have. It will be overwritten with any existing installation that you may have in place. And if you get any other problems, you can always go onto the student community for any sort of advice. So what we'll be doing is, once the file is downloaded, we'll be extracting the file, right click on setup and run as administrator, read the accept, click wrap to continue, click on the right arrow button to accept default values throughout the installation, click the next of the buttons in the installer, and then hopefully, fingers crossed, everything should be installed, and then we'll reboot the machine and run the ANSYS student product. So to look at the system and browser requirements, the computer should have at least a 4 GB of RAM. I mean, these days, pretty much all laptops have a quad-core processor. You'll need 25 GB of hard drive space, maybe a little bit more. The computer must have a physical C drive, obviously. If you've got a Mac, I'm not sure how I don't know if ANSYS do a Mac version, but I know that you can put a second boot drive or something into your Mac, so you can put a Windows platform on there. A good graphics card is ideal, and that's it really. So the computers in L100 have a lot more computational power, so therefore it's much more ideal to run your large simulations in the university if you can do so. But however, your standard work computer or laptop should be able to do some of the basics, or even run some of the key fundamental simulations when it comes to this. So okay, so the software should have been downloaded now. So all we're going to do is go to the actual folder where it's downloaded to, which is mainly going to be in your download folders. So in the download folders here, what we're going to do is just right click, extract all, press extract, Again, depending on your hard drive and your computer power, SSD drive or a SATA drive, this will take some time. So here it's pretty fast for my end. Once this is all extracted, all we'll then do is just go onto the ANSYS software installation folder, and in there should be a setup where we will need to right click and install as an administrator. Okay, so that's already been extracted, and as you can see, it's automatically opened up the folder. As I said, all you do is just go down, right click on setup, and then run as administrator. Press yes, and hopefully fingers crossed the installation setup should begin, and it's just a matter of agreeing to the license, going next, installing it into your student folder, which is good, and that's it. Again, this is going to take a while because the ANSYS software is quite a large simulation software package, so it's going to give it a bit of time to do that. So once that has finished, all you then need to do is just press exit, close everything down, and then just restart your machine. And fingers crossed, going to start, you should find ANSYS, and then click on Workbench, allow access, allow again. And yes, I'll put that as an input program. Press OK, and there you go. Everybody should now have the ANSYS Fluent workbench, which should have all of the features needed for the modules within the university. Thank you for watching. If you have any problems, please come and see me, or you can go and see the IT technicians regarding any sort of hardware issues.